Hi guys, my name is Mima. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm gonna do another Millennial Money reaction video. This was actually requested by my teenage daughter, Aduni, and the first video I did, the volume was horrible. So we're gonna try this again. This is a new video that I have not seen yet. And oh yeah, disclaimer, my videos are rough, rugged, and raw, so I do not edit my videos. So it is what it is. And of course, in the title, I am a certified public accountant. So let's see how I feel about the financial decisions that's being made in this video. And yeah, so let's get started, guys. Let's see. So this video is living on $158,000 a year in Grand Rapids, Michigan, someplace I have never been to. So let's get this started. Okay.
I had a business mentor who would always say, once you find the thing that you'll do for free, then that's the thing that you're going to end up doing for a lifetime. And I feel like me helping others with their business, like I feel so fulfilled doing it.
All right. She's 29 years old, making $158 a year. That's pretty good, girl. Let's see how she's spending that money.
Hi, I'm Destiny Adams. I'm 29 years old, and I make around $158,000 per year.
My niece's name is Destiny. Okay.
Since the start of COVID, my life has changed a lot because I used to work in the office and then I went from working at home full time. And also with the salon, we had to close down from the end of March to the beginning of June. So a lot of our sales transitioned from in stores as far as with our hair and wig products to a lot of online products. While I was in college, I met a lot of girls who were from the Detroit area who had long hair extensions. And we didn't have that too much in Grand Rapids where people would have the hair extensions on hand. So what it would pretty much consist of is I would take me and my sister, we would drive about 2.5 hours to Detroit to purchase hair and get our hair done. So I wanted to create an atmosphere like that in Grand Rapids. I started my hair extension company in 2016. It started off as me just offering a delivery service to people in our area and also selling the hair extensions online. And I remember I told myself if I met a certain income goal that I'm going to open up a salon and have a store.
Overspending on a retinol cream? Just one.
Okay, she's doing good. 29 years old. She lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she said it's 2.5 hours from Detroit. So I'm not sure about the cost of living in Grand Rapids. So I don't know if that 158,000, is decent amount of money to live, or I mean, it's a good amount of money to live off of. But in some areas where the cost of living is higher, that 158 may not be as comfortable. So I can imagine that it is, because I don't think Grand Rapids is like a major city from what she described, having to drive to Detroit to get hair extensions. But let's keep watching and see. Okay, it's pretty good.
I was born and raised on the southeast side of Grand Rapids, Michigan, in a single parent household due to my father being killed when I was 8 months old. My mom had 3 children and she was a factory worker, which is very common in the state of Michigan. My grandma stepped in to play a big part in our lives, and also just noticing that in our community, we didn't see a lot of households that had mom and dad figures. Even filling that void, like it really wasn't there because a lot of people just had their moms. I grew up in income-based housing, and my mom was one of those parents who she made sure that her kids were, I would say, dressed the best. Like when we went to school, we had the latest shoes, the latest clothes. My mom pretty much didn't have a lot of time to cook because she was always so busy with work.
I'm not judging, but I guess I am just commenting. I never understand that. From what she described, and she said, basically they lived in like low income housing, but they wore the best shoes and clothes and name brand. So that always baffles me because I'm like, if you are struggling, as a single mom, the last thing you want to spend money on is like clothes and shoes for your kids. You should be trying to like invest to get them to another level. But it's common actually in areas like that. But I wish it wasn't a common occurrence. I wish that people would see that clothes and shoes, spending money, especially for children, is so many other things that they can do at that young age to set their children up to have a better financial future. Luckily, Destiny, it looks like she's on her path to having a great financial future. So, okay, this is a picture of her mom and dad. Oh, okay. It's very sad what happened to her dad.
So we would eat a lot of fast food. It was a lot of McDonald's, a lot of Burger King, a lot of going to different restaurants, just so she can have enough time to spend time with us, and then we'll bond on having our meals together.
No, that's sad.
I didn't start learning about money until I joined the Army. I was attending Grand Valley State University, where I got an internship at the local high school to be a security guard. And while I was there, the recruiters would come in and talk to the high school students. And I stopped in to talk to them one day, and I liked the sound of the benefits that they were talking about, so I had ended up signing up and joined right after college. And while I was in the Army, that's when I had my first personal finance course. Where they told us about what we should do with our money as far as investing.
I find that very interesting that she went to college, but it's not until she went to the military that she took her first personal finance course. People are always saying, oh, they don't teach finance in school. I beg to differ. Those courses are offered if you're interested. I think the thing about it is that when you're at that age, you're not interested because I've always taken financial course. I took personal finance in elementary school and in high school, and of course in college. So the courses are there. You just have to be interested to sign up for them. But she looks like a go-getter. I mean, she did college and then she decided to do the military afterwards. So she looks like she's very focused and hardworking. All right, Destiny, I love your name, of course, because my niece's name is Destiny.
Investing as far as making sure we're saving our money and also making sure we're not lending our money out to our family members.
Yes.
Once I returned from Army training, I started going to different military job fairs. And at that time, the state of Michigan was there setting up, letting us know what different career paths we can take with our degrees. And I chose to go the child welfare route. I currently rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment for $1,340 in the Kentwood area, which is pretty much 5 minutes outside of Grand Rapids. And I love the Kentwood area because it's close to everything. I have a grocery store within 5 minutes. The mall is also within 5 minutes. And then there's a lot of restaurants and food places around. I currently drive a 2011 Mercedes-Benz E-Class. And I purchased that car in 2015. And the unique story behind why I got that car is because I had a side hustle where I was baking cakes. I had raised $13,000 in a span of 3 months. So I put that as a down payment on my car, and I was able to pay my car off early last year.
Okay. So cars. That's one thing that I feel like people waste money on. Buying cars brand new, is as soon as you drive it off the lot, the car depreciates. I have driven one brand new car, and that was a car that my parents bought me when I was in college. My sophomore year in college, they bought me a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage. After I graduated from college, I traded up, and I realized that when you want a nice car, just buy it 1 or 2 years old, and you can save thousands of dollars. So, I'm glad. I mean, she's a hustler. She said she made $13,000, and not just made, she saved $13,000 in 3 months. So she is focused. She's a hustler. She's hardworking. And obviously, this car is something that she really wanted. I'm glad that she didn't buy it brand new. It's a 2011, and she bought it, she said in 2014 or 15. So it was like, 3 or 4 years old. So that is definitely a smart money move, Destiny. So let's see.
I spend roughly $900 per month on food, which includes a lot of dining out, and a lot of that time is social time with friends, grabbing drinks. I like to collect Louis Vuitton bags, and I like their classic handbags. And one of the reasons I like Louis Vuitton in particular is because once you buy a bag, you can keep it for years down the line. And once it's time to sell, they also keep a good resale value.
More power.
All righty, here we go with the Louis Vuitton. Everybody has their thing that they really enjoy. That they, you know what? Actually, I paused because I'm not sure if we've gotten to the part where she says what she does to make $158,000 a year. But the hair hustle. Yeah, that's what it is, the hair hustle. But the fact that she has Louis Vuitton bags, not just a bag, she has bags. So I see up there, 6 or 7 bags. I know Louis Vuitton bags run like $2,000 or $3,000 for each bag. So she probably has like $10,000 sitting on her shelf. And one thing I will say, people are like, oh, those bags hold their value. I'm not buying something to hold value. I want my money to work for me and make money. So if I'm spending $10,000, I'm trying to double it, triple it. So for me, I don't think that that's a great way or the best way to spend your money. Luckily, I don't have attachment to material things or name brands or anything like that. I think it can be destructive if you're really trying to. It depends what your financial goals are. If you're trying to elevate and move to another level financially, especially the way she described the background that she came from, coming from a single mother, if she could break that habit, I think it will really benefit her in the long run. You can buy one bag or, but to have that many bags or to make it something that you're, what she spent. Okay, so in 1 year, she spent $4,300 on bags. Oh, her out to eat, her dining out money. I always, tell people that's the easiest way to save money. Like, watch what you spend when you go out to eat. But she hasn't said anything about a family or like a spouse or boyfriend or something. So I'm assuming she's single. So I do feel like it's important to connect with friends. And if eating out is one of those ways, then I'd rather, if I'm advising my client, I would advise them to spend money eating out if you're connecting with people, because that's important, versus buying material items. But all in all, nobody's perfect, but it's interesting to see how she spends her money. So let's keep watching. Debt. I hope she doesn't have
any. When I
any.
joined the Army, one of the benefits that I was looking forward to was the student loan repayment program. But once I joined, especially with the state of Michigan, they were behind on making the student loan payments.
What?
So I have been out of the Army for 2 years now, and I still have around $44,000 left. And they've been making payments of roughly $7,000 per year. But one of the things that the state of Michigan also offers is the public service loan forgiveness program. So I'm currently enrolled in both programs. I've been with the state of Michigan for 6 years. And by year 10, I should be able to have my student loans erased.
So I will say the thing about that, the programs, is always something like, well, the military is paying some of it, but I believe the student loan forgiveness situation is like you have to work in a certain type of industry for a certain amount of time. But, if that is something that people want to do. Of course, me personally, I would rather not take out the student loans, but if I had to, I'd rather just grind and pay it off versus getting in a program where I have to do something in order for it to be paid off. Because like that $13,000 from that car, she could have put it towards the student loan. But I mean, I don't know the details of the student loan repayment program. I just know of other programs that I've heard people, mainly clients, talk about. And usually they have to like work in a job that they really don't want to work at, like public service, maybe like teaching a certain area that's unattractive in order to get the student loan forgiven. And they have to do it for 10 years. So that's not something I could do, but it works for her. Oh, and she's on YouTube. Awesome. Let's hear what she does on YouTube. I guess hair videos, probably.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Back in November of 2019, I took a trip to China. And while I was in China, I started noticing like all the different wholesale items that I can get at a good price and resell. And I started documenting that journey on Instagram. And once I started putting it on my Instagram, a lot of people started asking me how could they get started running their own businesses where they can find different products. And that's when I started talking about it on YouTube. So I started showing different people like,
Okay,
hey,
I like
this
that.
product for this price. And then also started walking them through the process of creating a
that's
business plan,
awesome.
business credit.
Oh, I love that. She's taken what she does and what she's good at, and she's helping other people. That's why I love YouTube, because there's so much good content out there. I know it's, negative things, but for the most part, if you want good content out of YouTube, you can find it. So I'm glad that she's doing that. That's awesome.
And pretty much going along the lines of that and building based on what my audience wanted. I've been doing this, it's been almost a year now, and I just got these lights within the past month. And I think I got these ones within the past 3 months. And this was my original setup. I started off with my iPhone, and then I just got the Canon G7X within the past 5 months. Being an entrepreneur is important to me because it allows me to live the life that I really want to live. Because as far as with working 9 to 5, it really restricts your income. With being an entrepreneur, you'll make as much money as just as hard as you work.
Okay, girl. She's been on YouTube. I have a lot of clients that are YouTubers on the side. Do I have any full-time? You know what? I do have a few that are full-time YouTubers. But yeah, I mean, their YouTube check is nice. And especially most people who are making videos, they're doing something they want to do. It's not a chore for the most part. Now, they do put time and effort into it, unlike me. And I know something that I need to get better at. I'm dedicated to putting consistent videos out. That's my first step. Then the next step is going to be editing the videos, but I really don't have time to sit and edit videos. The few videos that I have up that are edited, they were edited by my husband, and he's just as busy as I am. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a CPA firm. He's a technology executive, so we don't have a lot of free time. The time that we do have, I like making videos, but I don't like editing them. So I don't want to spend it editing videos. But thumbs up to Destiny. She's had her channel for a year, and it's already monetized. And I love that, So let's see. Savings.
So I save around $1,000 per month, and I currently have around $24,000 in my savings account, and I pretty much just save that for a rainy day. I've been saving for retirement for approximately 6 years now. So once I started with the state of Michigan, I started setting aside $500 per month, and I've been doing that for the past 6 years, which they also offer employer matching with my 401k plan.
Okay. Very important. I mean, she's 29 years old, so she started saving for retirement 6 years ago, she said. So when she was 23, it is never too early to start saving for retirement. Here's the thing. Who wants to work like an extended amount of time? The more you save, first of all, the earlier you start saving, the larger your retirement will grow, considering that you actually manage it and invest it correctly, okay? Because your retirement is not just about savings, it's about also investing what you have saved and making sure that it's growing at an appropriate rate annually. So I love that she's, taking advantage of that. And she's been doing it for 6 years already. She is on top of her retirement game, and I love that. Okay, t-shirts.
So my personal brand is named after me, Destiny Adams, and then I have a tagline, which is the traveling hair boss. Since I travel a lot and I'm in the salon industry, I advertise my t-shirt line through YouTube, and I also advertise it through my Facebook and Instagram. And a lot of people will see me in person wearing the shirts, and then they'll inquire on how to buy them.
Overspending on a retinol
I'm
cream.
gonna pause it.
Just one jar.
You don't have to watch my. Okay. Under the name, so she's gonna sell it online.
To buy my first home, I'm gonna use my VA loan, and I'm looking to buy a home in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area. 5 years from now, I can really see myself still making my YouTube videos, traveling more, really being a digital nomad if I can.
Okay.
So I do plan on growing my YouTube channel, which I hope to do YouTube full time one day.
Oh wow.
And I can use that channel to also show my traveling experiences.
Okay, guys, that was an awesome video. Destiny is okay. Something popped up. Awesome video. Destiny is making decent or good money. Excuse me. For a 29-year-old, she's focused. If I had any advice for her, I would just tell her to watch her spending. Especially, I saw it at the end that she said that she has $24,000 in savings. Let me pull out my calculator. Okay, actually, I should have written some numbers down because I don't remember her expenses. I know she made around $6,000, or she brought home around $6,000 a month, but she has $24,000 in savings. So I'm going to take that $6,000. So she says she bring home $6,000. Okay. So she puts $1,000 towards her savings, and then she puts $500 towards retirement. So I'm going to subtract that, and that is $1,500. So that leaves $4,500. So I'm going to say that $4,500 is her monthly expenses. So let's say, right now, I used to tell clients that they definitely want to make sure they have their 6-month emergency fund in an account that they can access within a couple of days. Okay, so that can be a money market. You want the account to be away from you where you don't think about it. But if you need to access it, in a couple of days, you need to be able to do that, quickly. So now after COVID, I'm advising people that they really need to aim towards like having 9 to 12 months of your monthly expenses saved. So let's see, she has $4,500. Her expenses are $4,500 a month, and so 6 months of that is $27,000. So that's the basic that you need to have saved for emergency fund. The only issue I have is that she says that she uses some of that money to travel. So if I could give Destiny some advice, I would tell her to set up a separate savings account for her travel. So if she's saving putting $1,000 away towards, what was $1,000 for? Oh, $1,000 was for savings. And then the $500 was for, sorry guys, the $500 was for her retirement. I would advise her to, budget better. Find out how much she wants to spend on vacation, on traveling each year, and save that amount monthly. So if she wants to spend, I don't know, I mean, she went to China, so I don't know how she likes to travel, but let's just assume that Destiny likes to spend $5,000 a year traveling. I'm going to say that. Okay. So Destiny would need to put away about $417 a month in a separate account for her travels. I don't want to see her pulling money out of her emergency savings account to travel, because that defeats the purpose of your emergency savings. Emergency savings is just that. It's for emergency, like living expenses. And you always need to have that, so that you don't end up homeless or having to refer to other people or, whatever situation. It's just, that's the number one, smart money move, to build an emergency savings account, get out of bad debt, limit the amount of interest. Well, let me say, limit the amount of non-deductible interest that you pay, and, save for retirement. So all in all, as a CPA, I think that Destiny is doing great. Oh, and I don't like to talk about age as if it's a hall pass not to be doing good financially, but she is 29, and I would like to commend her for being focused, making good money, and living her best life. I mean, it sounds like she's doing what she wants to do. She was able to get away from a desk job and do something that she loves doing. She has goals to continue that. I think she said she wanted to travel more with her business and, be like a nomad. So she's well on her way. So kudos to you, Destiny. Thanks for sharing your financial life with us. And I really enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe to catch more videos on my channel. Thank you. Bye.